Hello, everybody, and welcome to It's the Goose live stream for Friday, March 13th, 2026. Welcome. We are going to be playing some video games based on cartoons today. It's all very exciting. I am very excited. I have been wanting to live stream for a while. Unfortunately, sometimes things get in the way a little bit, but we're here now, and we're going to be trying out my new setup. That's pretty much the reason for this, just so I can see that things work, and hopefully we can stream more often. I would really like to. It'd be really exciting, really fun. So if you're here, go ahead and let me know if you can hear me. I want to just make sure that we are in fact live, that we are in fact playing. I do see Mario 822 nostalgic thumbnail. Yay, Marsupilami. We got a We're Back game. That's right. So what I wanted to do, and thanks for joining here. What I wanted to do is I wanted to play some video games, but I was kind of thinking, well, since the whole channel's about, old nostalgic video games, um, I wanted to do video games. Or sorry, since we're on old nostalgic cartoons, I wanted to do video games based on those cartoons because I actually had a couple of those games growing up, which was very cool, very exciting for me. And I just haven't played these in a long while, so I thought, what better time, what better place to do it than here on the channel? So we got a couple games tonight. If you folks have any cartoon-based games that you would like to see, definitely let me know in the chat. I would love to do that too. Maybe we'll end up streaming a whole game. Maybe we'll just end up streaming parts of games. So I kind of had a couple on deck, ones that I owned, but I'm up for anything. So, yeah, like I said, if you're in the chat, drop a hello. I'd love to chat with you, but we got some games tonight. So I guess let's first start off with Tiny Toon Adventures Bust Loose. So my history with this game, it's one of the games that I owned, and I always thought it looked great. I know Super Nintendo had some good looking games, but for me, this perfectly captured the show. If you've watched this channel before, or if you're new, I've done two separate videos on Tiny Toons. I did one video on the Tiny Toons, how I spent my summer. And I also did one on the Tiny Toons reboot. And yeah, I think it was, I think those were pretty enjoyable videos. I love the summer vacation one. That one always has nice associations for me. And the new reboot, I haven't watched it since. I think I watched, maybe it was 10 episodes or so, the first 10 that came out initially. But I always thought they were great. I thought the new ones were good. I thought they were fun. It was a different spin on the characters. I know a lot of people didn't like them. I definitely got a lot of comments about that. But that's okay. Maybe I'll give it a watch sometime. I don't know if I know they had gotten like a second season, maybe a third season. But yeah, so maybe I'll finish the series. I'll do a series retrospective on it if that's something you folks would want to see. But yeah, since we got that out of the way, I'll give people a few minutes to come in and we can maybe talk about the channel a little bit more. But I want to know from you folks, who are your favorite Tiny Toon characters? I'll tell you mine right off the bat. Mine is Buster Bunny. I mean, I like all of them, realistically. Buster Bunny, and I'm going to go ahead and start playing too. So if you own this game, or if you played or owned any of the Tiny Toons games, let me know, because I'm curious as to which ones you all played. So my favorite Tiny Toon characters, I love Buster. I thought he was cool. And we're going to go, I guess we'll just go on normal mode. I kind of wanted to, I haven't played this in a long time. I don't think as a kid even, I beat that many of the bosses, if I'm being completely honest. So let's go ahead and read it. If you guys don't want me to read, let me know. Hi, welcome to the world of Tiny Toon Adventures. And I think we can speed it up too. My name is Buster Bunny. I'm Babs Bunny. We're going on a big adventure. We'll start at our school, Acme University. We have a lot of friends there. Oh my gosh, my class is starting. Oh my goodness. Buster, be careful. Some escaped animals have gotten into the school building. Remember those episodes where the animals got into the building? So give me a little grace. It's been a very long time since I've played this, but like I said, I'm as excited as I'll get up to play. All right, so we got the little kick, we got the dash, and let's find the jump. There we go. All right, look at us doing a little flip. So, yeah, this was a game that I had owned, and I remember. Okay, so if you never played this, I know a lot of people play the NES one. I think there was a PlayStation 2 version as well, but this was always my favorite one. I think this is the only one, to be honest, that I played. All right, hold on. There we go. I don't have the ideal gaming setup, so we might get hit a few more times than I would like to. Stuff might happen. All right, so yeah, excuse me. So yeah, this was the one I owned, and my favorite part when I was a kid, I always liked levels. And like I said, I put it on easy for a specific reason. Because one, I didn't always understand I didn't always understand the bosses or how to beat them, or sometimes I thought they were too hard. Um, but what I did love about this game was I absolutely loved the mini games. So after every level or every boss, you get to do a mini game to win extra lives. And oh my goodness, that was so fun. So what happens is you spin a wheel and you get an option from maybe about 5 or 6 mini games, and they feature the other characters. So you can play as Babs, you can play as I think Sweetie Bird was her name, the pink Tweety. Furball, and it's a really good variety of games. And I'm kind of surprised more games didn't do this, but you get to play just a randomized game, and there was Plucky's Bingo, there's Babs's Maze, which I always remember being my favorite. There was a fun little weight game where you have to stack characters against each other, and whichever one weighs more, you get a point, and then at the end, whoever has the most points wins. That was always a really cool one, but kind of just silly. I thought it was just kind of funny. There was Hampton's Slide Puzzle, so oh, man, I'm getting killed. There was Hampton's Slide Puzzle where he follows a track that you set up for him. He follows a line, but if you go to a point, if you lead him down a point, well, I'm sure we'll play it. I'm not explaining it very well or winning. Okay, there we go. Come on. There we go. All right, we live to tell the tale. So yeah, Hampton has a slide puzzle. Sweetie Bird has the weight. Furball has racquetball, which would probably be pickleball these days. And yeah, it was just, I always loved the mini games. Hopefully we'll get the Babs one, because that one, like I said, is kind of my favorite. Let's take a look at some messages really quick. We have a message from Dino Bolt 1. Dino Bolt 1, welcome. I only had the Tiny Toons game for the Genesis, but I absolutely loved it. This does look good though, but I think that running up the wall mechanic would have frustrated me as a kid. Well, I can definitely understand that. I can definitely understand the frustration. And without a real good Super Nintendo controller, it's definitely a little bit frustrating. But we're gonna persist. We're gonna make it through, and hopefully, I would love to actually beat this game. I don't know if I ever beat it on normal mode. All right, let's see. I think there was a secret up here. Look at that. I don't know what it was, but we got it. Let's see. We can do a little bit. Let me know if you guys can hear the music or if the music's too loud too. There we go. I think that's a little better. I'm sure you guys would like to drown out my voice a little bit. There we go. So yeah, Tiny Toon Adventures video game, one of my absolute favorites. The mini games during it were awesome. What I want to ask you folks, whoever's coming in, oh, Buster, something terrible is happening. Dizzy is destroying the kitchen. If we don't stop him, there won't be anything for lunch. How can we stop him, Hampton? Dizzy is a big eater. Let's give him something to eat. Okay, leave it to me. Oh man, this is great. This is super, super nostalgic. So this one, for the longest time as a kid, probably until I was an adult, I had the hardest time knowing what to do or trying to get him to eat. So basically, Dizzy's wrecking this place. All right, and what you have to do is you have to get the food into his mouth, which I'm not doing. There we go. And it takes about 5 or actually it's quite a few. Maybe it's like 10 or something, 7 or 10. But you have to get him little meals to eat. And then after every couple meals, he'll spin. So this, I'd never understood as a kid what I was supposed to do, and it frustrated me, so that's why I turned on the easy mode as a kid. But now it's actually pretty fun. I really enjoy this boss level, except for when this happens. Come on. There we go. But he spin dashes a lot, so it does get to be a little frustrating when you just want to beat the level and go play the mini game. All right, here we go. Look at that. And he's kind of clipping through, which I hope he's okay. And there we go. Look at that. That's about 7, I would say. So yeah, we're going to get to the mini games now. So you had the Genesis one. Did anybody else? Because I know there was a up into the PlayStation 2, which I don't think Tiny Toons ran that late. I could be mistaken, but that seems like a long time to decide to come out with a Tiny Toons game. I didn't even realize there were that many Tiny Toons games out in general, but there seemed to be like, I think there was one for the NES, Game Boy. There's Game Boy Advance. There was like wacky puzzles. So Tiny Toons definitely got some good play. He ate all the food in the kitchen. So yeah, anyway, some of my favorites. I do love, I love Buster Bunny. I love Beeper, the Roadrunner. The Roadrunner one. I like Sweetie. She's kind of funny because she's just all calm and quiet, and then she'll scream. Babs is great. I like them all. But Buster's the guy. Buster's the favorite here. All right, come on. Let's see about Babs. Come on, Babs. I guarantee you it's going to be Plucky. His is okay, but it's just very boring. What did I tell you? We should have gone to Vegas because how did I know? All right, so Plucky Ducks Go-Go Bingo. All you do is you just push a button, a little bingo ball comes out, and that's it. You hope to get a couple bingos and some extra lives. So let's take a look. All right. So anyway, yeah, so as far as Tiny Toons though, I don't know, I guess I could watch. It doesn't seem like there was very much interest in the new show. I watched the new Animaniacs show as well, and I will be completely honest, I didn't like it as much as I did the original. I did this in a short once. If you like Tiny Toons or Animaniacs better, I was always a Tiny Toons guy. Animaniacs was cool, but I felt like I think part of my problem was it never focused on the Animaniacs all that much. They'd be around for some jokes here or there, which was fine. I mean, that's great. But at the same time, I was there for the Animaniacs. So it was a little disappointing when there would be... It would be based on other characters. It would be central to other characters, and you kind of never really got the Animaniacs other than just kind of random jokes. Ooh, you know what would be fun? What if we did the Animaniacs? So I had an Animaniacs computer game. So I had a really, really old computer, and then we would sometimes get old games like in the bargain bin. All right, well, we're doing okay, I think. All right, we got 1 extra life. We got 1, 2. All right, 2. That's not bad. So we would get bargain bin games. That's actually the first time I ever played Sonic R was on the PC, which I loved. It didn't run very well. I don't even know if it ran that well on Sega Saturn, to be honest, but it definitely didn't run well on my computer, but it was so much fun. I can't tell you how many times I played and I beat that game. Playing a Super Sonic and all the medals and the Tails doll, like Metal Sonic, Metal Knuckles, the Egg Robo, I wasn't the hugest fan of, but the fact that Metal Knuckles, that Tails doll, haven't come back in like a real way. I know that there's been Metal Knuckles in the advanced games, and I think Tails doll made a cameo or something, But the fact that they haven't come back in any real way, it's kind of a bummer. All right, let's take a look. Yeah, so anyway, so the point of the story was I had an Animaniacs game too. This is a good level too, by the way. I do wish I'm gonna rabbit trail for one more second, but I do wish that they had Buster dress up. It's amazing how. Okay, here's an example. If you ever played Mario Party, great game, probably one of the most frustrating ones, or at least one of the most brutal ones, like the brutal of the Mario parties, right? Um, we're cooking right now, though. I'm feeling good about myself. Could use a little more health. And I don't know why I can't. There we go. Definitely one of the most frustrating Mario parties. And look at that. We're going to come to the Donkey Kong level right now. Nice, nice. You'll see, you'll see. Hold on. Ah, see the barrels, the Donkey Kong reference? That's cool. That's cute. Oh. So, anyway, can't remember what I was mentioning right there, but the point was I had an Animaniacs game for the computer, right? And it was good. It was like one of these little variety games. Maybe we'll play it this time, or we could just play it next time. But it was a variety game where you would do the ones I remember are, I think it was like Wacko or Yakko had a little slot car you could drive, and it was from a top-down view, so you weren't supposed to drive into anything. Uh-oh. Well, first loss of life. So there was that one, and then there was also the one I remember was Wacko, and he did mini golf. That was always a really fun one. That mini golf one I have good memories of. Or maybe it was Dot. I don't remember. Anyway, those are mostly the two I remember. Oh. Okay, I think you can actually get through those if you hit the dash button. So we're going to try one more time with that. I'm going to make sure I have my finger on the button, because twice now in the first one. So, yeah, I was just reminiscing about those. Okay, there we go. All right. We're going to have to stay down here for a while. Hopefully those things don't come back up. There's a lot of them, though. I don't remember those in the easy mode. It's a shameful thing to admit. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, I had the, okay, well, all right, this level's getting to me a little bit. This level's definitely getting to me, but we're going to go into real focus mode, I promise you. All right. So, yeah, did you folks have any computer games as kids? Oh, man. One of them that I remember playing that I was not good at, I remember one of the big discount, oops. Okay, I really got to pay attention to that, I'm sorry. One of the big discount ones the store had that were always on discount were like these learning games. And, man, I can't even tell you how many learning games I had. Just because they were so cheap. I'm sure the most famous one that most people probably remember, Zoombinis. It was the little blue guys, and they were there to kind of help to teach you math. And I thought it was really cool how customizable they were. Okay, there we go. I'm trying to be very careful here. Yeah, so the Zoombinis were very customizable. All right, let's make sure we get to the cliff here. Dash. Okay. Whew. All right, thank you. I guess I don't know how I missed that before, but wow, this is a really tough level. Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna have to be a little more cognizant, a little more careful following directions. Good thing I won bingo, otherwise we'd be back at the start of the game. I'm gonna pay much more attention to this, I can promise you folks. So, yeah, Zoombinis was these little blue guys, and something happens where they're... right after I say I'm going to pay attention, I'm sorry. So the Zoombinis was these little folks. They're like little blue balls. They look like little blueberries. And you dress them up, and they're really cute. And they go on this adventure. They have to either get back home or leave their home. Something weird. Sorry, I'm trying to jump so I don't hit the net. There we go. Yeah, so the big thing, though, is like it's very big on like math and patterns. And I've never been good at math. And it was very learning-based, learning-oriented, which was fine. It was like an entertaining game. But man, I remember this one level where it almost felt hit or miss as to whether or not I was going to do well in it. It was this pizza level or something where you have to Oh man. Okay, that wasn't me. I promise you that was the game this time, but we're gonna continue. Unless anybody else wants to see a different game, but for now, we'll go ahead and continue here. Ah man, we gotta start really far back. All right. This is gonna be embarrassing to not be able to beat Tiny Toon Adventures Buster Busts Loose, but hey, you know, like I said, it's the controller. It's the controller. So yeah, Zumbinis, that was a tough one. It was this pizza level where you had to make a certain pizza to their specifications, but they would give you hints. They'd be like, "Oh, I want something with from and this from what I remember, I want something with red meat on it, and then you know blue toppings." And you had to. It was just a very complicated game that I was not smart enough for as a child. It'd be fun to go back and attempt it again, but hey, we'll see. Um, I'm gonna put this on pause really quick because I do want to just do something. I should. I feel like I should post that we are playing games right now. Um, just for the people out there, in case they're lonely on this Friday evening, just to let them know. So, yeah. So Zumbinis was one of them. I don't know if any of you remember. Man, one of my favorites. It was kind of like it was a game show style game, but it was again one of those learning games, and it was called Wacky Jacks. And Wacky Jacks was one of my favorite games because I thought the characters looked really cool. It was a game show, and you had to do things like answer questions, put puzzles together, and the point of it was to, you know, like a game show, just sort of win. Um, so that was always one of my absolute favorite ones. Um, I'm gonna post that real fast though, so hang on for a second with me, folks. But yeah, Wacky Jacks was a great one. I don't remember that much. There was one that I cannot for the life of me remember what it was called, but it was this game, and there was like a little robot. I think he was a robot, and he wore scuba gear, and you were in this submarine. It was like a learning submarine, and you just kind of did math. It was like a math game. I remember one where you had to do bubbles. I'm remembering all this off the top of my head. So if I'm wrong or something, you know, please excuse me, but it's what I can remember. Um, yeah, but it was just a really fun game. I really enjoyed that one. And all those games as a kid. Uh, there was the Felix the Cat game that was awesome. Yeah, the Felix the Cat game. So what it was kind of like a movie maker. So you would have um, like little gifs um, of characters, and you can control the speed, and you can control pretty much everything about them. Just you know, like it'd be one is Felix walking, right? So Felix would walk around, and then you can kind of make a scene where then the professor is doing something. So it was just like a little movie maker. I don't remember if it actually had games on it, but man, I loved that one. That was such a cool one. Um, and we're almost done posting this. Sorry about that, folks, for anybody watching, but we're almost there. We're almost there. Just wanted to post so anybody can join in today if they need a day for themselves. And of course, if it works for me. Um, here we go. All right. Okay. I know it's so unprofessional of me. I'm sorry. Let's see. All right. Okay. There we go. Perfect. All right. Thank you for your patience, everybody. All right. Let's go ahead and beat this game. So, as I was saying before, yeah. So just learning games. Those were a couple of learning games that I had. Uh, I always found them super fun. But yeah. Oh man. So there was a couple. I know we're gonna be getting into computer games. I guess. I guess that's the sort of the topic right now. But I also want to know: did you folks ever play those learning games, or did you have any games that maybe because I remember I remember somebody I knew had that game, Myst, right? And that was like a cool game for adults and grown-ups. And I thought, man, this looks like how could this be so close to real life? Uh, And of course, you know, I played it a couple years later, you know, many years later, and it was still cool. Like just the novelty of having everybody look so real. Um, it was just unbelievable. They also had Magic Claw. Magic Claw was a favorite of mine. I just remember he would cast a spell and he would shoot, you know, lasers out of his hand and go Magic Claw. So that was always a fun one whenever I went to their house to play on the computer. Um, Dino Bolt 1. I remember that scuba robot game. Man, what was it called? I don't know if you can look it up. I'm just for my own curiosity. Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. I'm getting it now. Let's see here. I thought somebody said something. All right, cool. All right, I might need to focus a little bit more on this one, just because, like I said, it's mostly the controls. The controls are kind of throwing me for a loop a little bit. Okay, here we go. Here we go. All right, we're jumping. Okay, I think we're doing good. Oh, all right. Jump. Oh, come on. Oh, we did it. Oh, man. Dino Bolt 1, we did it. Hallelujah. It's just you and me here, buddy. I'll pause really quick to read Dino Bolt 1. My favorite learning games were the Treasure series, Treasure Galaxy, Treasure Cove, and Treasure Mountain. What are the Treasure series? You know, that wouldn't actually be too bad of a... Uh-oh. That wouldn't be too bad of a game... Okay. Am I just... Please don't let me die here. Okay. So am I supposed to jump on the... Oh, okay. Well, that would have been nice to know. And of course, I press the jump button and it doesn't jump. Fair enough, fair enough. Man, I'm seeing why I never beat this game on normal mode. I don't think I ever played that part, to be honest. Yeah, what's the Treasure series? That'd be a cool one to know. I think maybe we should do a stream where we only play educational games from our childhoods. Here's one. I don't know if you ever played it. I doubt anybody on Earth, except for me, has ever played it, because I have never seen or heard anybody, but the song is still stuck in my head. I don't know if you folks remember these games. Well, okay, it was like more of a advertising. So it started from an advertising campaign, 5 a day. It was like the food pyramid, but to make it understandable for kids. So they had a game based on this food pyramid. I don't know why it keeps showing that I get hurt. I guess that's just like the little checkpoint you go past. Anyway, so the game was you are at a grocery store and it's 5 a day. So I'll never forget the song because it was like a kind of calypso Caribbean song. And okay, let's try this. Hold on. Ready? There we go. Look at that. Look at us. Oh, well, and okay. All right. Well, that seems fair. Dino Bolt 1. Maybe that's not the name of it. I just remember it was a trilogy with the titles being Treasure something. Ah, man. I'm going to have to look all this stuff up after. This is really piquing my interest. Yeah, so anyway, the 5 a day. So you play as these vegetables, and it was a calypso song, and it was going 5 a day, 5 a day. We all know that's the healthy way. Fruits and vegetables, they're okay. A healthy day is 5, or a healthy way is 5 a day. And then it said a couple vegetables, green peppercorn and peas. Choose your... And okay, we got stuck in the side of the mountain. I mean, that's not me, right? And I only have 4 continues left, and we're on the same second level. Okay, I'm gonna have to buckle down and do this right, so we don't just stay on this one forever, because we won't. I will switch games because... Alright, anyway. Yeah, so it was green peppercorn and peas. Choose your very own favorite vegetable anytime you please. And also, apologies if I'm talking so much, but I really just am doing these streams to engage with you folks, because I like talking to people who also know about weird, obscure cartoons and apparently weird, obscure video games too. So if I'm talking too much, I'm sorry. If I'm not talking enough, I don't know if I can talk anymore. Let's see. Dino Bolt 1. I just found out there's a series I am talking about was the Super Seeker Super Solver series. Interesting. I've never heard of those. I never heard of those. I feel like there's so many obscure educational games. I really just want to see if I can... I really just wanted to see if I could get him to kick me up there. There we go. Yeah, I never heard of those ones. Are those good? Do you think they'd be worth playing? I think just doing maybe like a month or something of educational games would be fun. Even if we just got to see maybe like, you know, a half hour of each. Just doing a week or a month of where we just play those, just to satisfy that learning itch. But yeah, I would love to play the 5-a-day game. That one was just so weird. It was, I don't even remember anything about it really. Like there was like a courtyard outside of the supermarket, but that song will always be in my head. And there was like a little deli level. I can't even remember what goes on, but I remember having it obviously on a CD-ROM, but I have no idea where I got it. I don't really remember a lot of where I got any video game, to be honest. I think, you know, of course as a kid, but one of the only video games I do remember, oh boy, sorry folks. Let me ask you this. If you had a Toys R Us in your area, man, I remember thinking it was the coolest thing. They would have, not a kiosk, like a lot of places like Best Buy now have kiosks. We're gonna avoid this guy. There we go. A lot of places have kiosks now where you can just play the game. And that was always great when you would do that at Target. Oh man, nothing made me happier than when you had a really fun game that you could play at Target. Just, you know, well, one of your family members is shopping, you can just go there. Okay, I'll be here by the games that I would love for you to buy. Okay, I'm sorry. That's getting really frustrating because, I mean, I feel like if I start running before, it's going to catch up to me. Like, the side is going to catch up to me. So I'm trying to get a little bit of a jump, and it's clearly not working. So I guess I got to jump a little sooner, but we'll get it. We'll get it. All right, here we are. So yeah, anyway, that was always a blast, like being able to play games at Target. But what I'm talking about is if you ever went to Toys R Us, and I don't know if anybody remembers this or if anybody saw it, and I definitely need to kill this guy because I could use, there we go. Oh, I thought 100 star, okay, I think we got the extra life. All right, there we go. I guess it didn't matter. As long as I dashed. Okay, come on. Sorry, I need all my focus for this. There we go. All right, we're back. So I don't know if anybody remembers this one, but there would be at some Toys R Us's, there'd be the TV up there, and there would be a big pad. Like, it looked like just a, like, what am I thinking? Like, you know those, why can't I think of what they're called? Oh, thank you. You know, you put like a placemat, like a dinner placemat. So it looked like a giant placemat, and it had pictures of video games. All right, there we go. I'm genuinely thrilled that I'm doing so well in this game, by the way. This is the furthest I've ever got not on easy mode, I'm pretty sure. Okay. That was a cool little cameo. I like that. Come on. Man, this is a long level. You know what? Maybe I have gotten this place. I kind of remember this part. So anyway, if you remember, they would have like a big placemat. And they would have pictures of different video games. They could Yale. What an interesting thing. These must have been Harvard writers. So anyway, yeah, there was like a big placemat, and it would have pictures of different video games on it. Super Nintendo are the ones I remember primarily, and also N64 when it came to that point, and Sega Genesis. But anyway, what it would be is you would click on one of the pictures, and it would be like a little trailer for the game. And I always thought that was the coolest thing. Oh, okay. He's like sort of a, I guess it's like a, well, I don't know what he's supposed to do or anything, but as long as I got through him, I'm happy. Yeah, there was it would just play trailers, and I always thought that was the coolest thing. Am I supposed to jump? Am I supposed to? Oh, this is gonna be tough. Or maybe I'm just getting really good. Wow, this is challenging for the second level. I like it. It's fun. All right. Man, Arnold is all over the place. I think that was his name, Arnold, right? Man, this is okay. Look, I'm not claiming to be Okay, that's unfair. That's very unfair. I'm not claiming to be the greatest video game player ever. Oh, at least we get to start here. But that was a little unfair, right? That wasn't completely me. I'm pretty sure that wasn't completely me on that one. Like, the screen kind of ate me. I'm going to go ahead and read some chats really quick. Let's see. Dino Bolt 1. I love them as a kid, so yes, I'd recommend them. I have to go to bed soon, but thank you for reading and responding to my comments. By the way, I love your reviews. Sorry for not commenting on them yet. We'll try to fix that someday. No problem, Dino Bolt 1, and thank you. I'm hoping to make these streams more regular. I have actually a live stream plan for, I can't remember how to say it, Princess Mononoke. It's an anime, so we'll be doing a live video retrospective of that within the next week or so. I'm pretty excited about that. Pretty excited to watch that. And got a lot of other fun stuff too planned for the channel. So maybe if maybe we'll get into it a little bit later. But thank you so much. And yeah, please go to bed. Please get some rest. And I should have a video for you coming up on Sunday for a review for Hoppers, which, oh, now he's tough to beat. All right. There we go. Okay, man, I keep getting hit at all the worst spots. There we go. Yeah, so we got a review for Hoppers coming out Sunday. So hopefully you'll check it out because I gotta say, what I thought Hoppers was going to be is clearly what I'm not. I did not do a good job hopping here. But what I thought it was going to be versus what it turned out to be was very different from what I thought. So, yeah, definitely check that out on Sunday. We got Dragon Bolt 1. I started doing my own reviews of animated series last year, and you were one of many YouTubers to inspire me. Oh, I appreciate that. And I'll have to check out your channel. If you want to put a link in the chat, I'll try and check it out. And if anybody else wants to check it out. So yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad I'm glad that you were able to get inspired. Hopefully share some opinions and introduce us to some new shows. That's what I love about interacting with everybody. The shows are really interesting that people recommend to me, and I end up checking some of them out, check a lot of them out, and I wish I could do reviews on every single show. But I do try to bring folks more obscure ones or just ones that I remember from my childhood. Or it's cool to see, like the Princess and the Pea. I did that one, and I had no idea that so many people knew about this movie, and it was always in like a really funny, interesting, unique way that people wound up seeing the movie. Like, oh, I rented this at the video store, I caught it on TV, I saw it here, I saw it there. Okay, there we go. Please check out Dino Bolt 1 reviews. All right, so yeah, everybody, if you want to see some more animated movie reviews, check out Dino Bolt 1 reviews. That's pretty cool. Could always use more opinions, so that's fun. But yeah, so Prince and the Pea, that was one that I had no idea that anybody had ever seen. I was surprised at the fondness of memories for the Mighty Ducks cartoon. That was one where I just, forever and ever, I only remember that one part mostly, where Canard is sacrificing himself to the worm, to the electromagnetic worm, and he hands off the mask to Wildwing, and that part always stuck with me as a kid. And I think it's because that episode, for some reason, always seemed to play over and over and over again. Like I remember the show pretty well, but I remember that one scene in particular, and I think I saw it so much that I just assumed that it was just one episode, or I was always thinking like, man, I wish I could watch a different episode, but at least it was a good one, and it was a really cool, powerful moment that was pretty neat to see touch so many other people. Yeah, that was one of the best moments. Definitely one of the best moments. Dino Bolt 1, I love the Mighty Ducks cartoon. I did too. Who was your favorite character? If you're watching right now, let me know who your favorite character was. I was always a Wild Wing guy, and I don't know if anybody agreed with my opinion on this, but I found it very much like I found it very much reminding me of, sorry, I have to pause it really quick. Um, I found it very much like Teen Titans, like a mix of Teen Titans and also a mix of let me see. Um, yeah, a mix of Teen Titans and also Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like kind of like the fun, goofy style of that, mixed in with mixed in with kind of the more serious elements, or at least taking itself more seriously, which is something I miss about the original Ninja Turtles cartoon, the first two episodes, when it was like a movie, kind of like a pilot movie, the same way that Mighty Ducks had. I always thought that was so cool. And I'm like, man, I wish Ninja Turtles had kept it up this way instead of going a little goofier. Sorry, folks, give me 1 second to adjust something here real quick. Um, yeah, sorry about that. Just looking over something for hoppers for tomorrow. So pardon the brief interruption. All right, and we're back. Let's see here. I love them all, but my favorites were Duke and Grin. I am a huge unironic fan of the Ninja Turtles wannabe genre. Well, I'll give the wannabe genre credit. Actually, a lot of those shows ended up being really pretty darn good. Like, I haven't seen in a long time, but I remember Biker Mice from Mars was really cool. Um, I remember Street Sharks was awesome too. And of course, this is just like the positive, fond memories I have for them. But I remember liking those shows quite a bit as a kid. I remember having the Street Sharks. I had one toy, and I just remember there was this big, bulky thing. There we go. Whew, didn't make that mistake again. Yeah, that Street Sharks toy was a big, bulky thing, and I really liked playing with it. It was pretty durable. I'm pretty sure I also had the. Man, I mean, what? Here's the here's the problem that I'm having with this right now. You cannot at all get caught on the side of the screen to the left, otherwise you'll die. Okay, you can't adjust speed to go faster. So what you really need to do is you really basically um, you have to jump at the right points when you're jumping off the cliffs. And it's essentially, if you're not jumping off at the exact correct point, then you're not going to be getting past that part because you can't accelerate, which is fine, but give me a give me a little grace. Like I feel like you really have to land on those stars, otherwise you're pretty much doomed. Here we go. Okay. See, and even though it's saying go down and jump at the stars, even if you do that, should we? Okay, we're not going to go to easy. We're not going to go to easy. I'm having to tell myself that, not you folks. Sorry. Um, let's see here. Sorry, let me check one more thing. Okay. Um, yeah, so it's just very frustrating because it's trying to you have to even the little stars are misleading in a way, like in a sense, because I'm jumping off them, but it's still not getting me to that point I need to be at. So, all right, let's continue. Um, sorry, Dino Bolt 1. Biker Mice is the goat of that genre. That's one of the ones I've wanted to review, but it's also like, if I remember correctly, it's about 60 episodes, and I have this one. It's the review for Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog that was supposed to come out last May, which I'm so ashamed to say obviously has not come out. I had a script written for it. I had audio written for it. I was just finishing up doing the audio, and I ended up working with some new people for editing, and it never came out the way I wanted it to. There was a lot of information that I had that was extra, and then there was a lot of stuff I had missing. So I never I never just I never liked it. So I am in the process of rewriting it. It's probably about a third of the way done because it's going into everything. Everything except the pilot. Because in the original script, I had the pilot episode in there and I went into detail with it. But when I looked at it, I was like, well, do I really want to dedicate, you know, 10, 15 minutes to the pilot episode, which really just kind of shows the differences between what's going on, you know, or like a few minute differences. Like I can't remember her name, but the original voice actress for Minnie Mouse, I don't know the original, but the long-standing one for like 20 years was the voice of Tails. And yeah, she was the voice of Tails for just the pilot episode. So I don't know if I really wanted to go into, you know, spending all this time just to say that Christopher Welch was, you know, was the voice after. And I mean, it's a cool, like, kind of tidbit. Maybe I'll do that in the short just to say that. But yeah, I don't know that it was really worth doing that. So, but I do everything else. I do the, well, it's all readily available information. So yeah, I do everything else. I do all 65 episodes. I get into the characters, the side characters a lot, which this show has incredible, you know, the show Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog has incredible side characters. I get into the Sonic Christmas Blast, the Christmas special that ended the series, and 65 episodes, and then also the 4-part mini movie, which I have a lot to say about all these things. So Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog is definitely the one, like, that's been kind of my white whale where I've really wanted to make it a point to make sure it's good. So that's why it's been taking so long. But I am getting ahead on other videos for the channel. So that will be coming out, I'm hoping, by like, of course it's going to take, you know, I have somebody who edits for me now, which I'm very grateful for. And they're whiz bang at it. So, you know, it's going to take time once I audio record. I'm sure it'll take time for them. So I'm hoping to have it, like, ideally it would be by May, but realistically, let's just say June or July. So what a way to spend your summer, though, right? Watching a little video retrospective of Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. I would say that's pretty darn good. So got that in the works, and then got some other stuff here. There we go. Okay. Whew. All right, let's try this again. Come on. Oh, and I lost the dash. Oh, but I made it this time. Man. All right. That was born out of panic, I'll admit. Let's see here. Let's take a second to read a little more from Dinobolt. Take your time on the Sonic one. I understand the struggle to do longer series. Yeah, and it's just, it really was, what do I want to say? What am I missing? What am I leaving out? And I'm pretty happy with where it is now. It's just a matter of putting it together in the correct order. So I'm kind of whittling it down. It's coming together, which I'm pretty happy about. My Saban's Little Mermaid review is a little over 2 hours and 40 minutes because I ended up doubling as an overview of Fairy Tale as a whole, touching upon many other versions. Wow, that's a long one. Good for you for sticking with it. That's tough. Good night. I will watch this entire stream from start to finish tomorrow. Thank you, Dinobolt 1. That was really cool to get to know you, and it's always a blast getting to chat with folks who enjoy the content on the channel. So I appreciate you. Have a great night, and yeah, we'll hopefully I'll see you in the comments, or I'll see you in the next gaming live stream. But I'm gonna try and do a little bit more. You know, maybe we'll stay for till 7:30. You know, just in case anybody wanders in here, wants to enjoy some Friday night Tiny Toon Adventures Buster Busts Loose for Super NES. We're going to be having a Hoppers review. Just saw that in theaters. And then afterwards, we're going to be doing a review on... We're Back, A Dinosaur Story, that Steven Spielberg movie. I cannot tell you how many times I watched that movie as a kid, and that was anytime I just needed a solid movie to watch. Anybody else who joined us, and yeah, so you'll have a Hoppers review on Sunday, and a We're Back review on the, I believe, I want to say the 22nd. And then got some good stuff planned for April. I'm really excited to announce some things coming out. April, May, June. It's going to be a fun summer, so I hope you guys will stick around for the channel. But we'll go ahead and try. I mean, we have, you know, 1 life, 2 lives. So we'll go ahead and try to get at least to the end of this level. I'm sorry that I didn't make it further. I'm genuinely sorry I didn't make it further, and that's on me. I'll admit. I did not do my best in this game, as much as I wish I had. But We can always come and finish it sometime. I'll get the password and we'll give it a try. But I at least want to get to the end of this one. I know it's the Montana Max like cowboy level. I think we fight him again. Whew, but this is a tough one. This is a good one. There we go. There we go. All right. And look at that. We only lost 1 life. Let's see if we can get to the end this time. Man, those birds are just so tough, though. They're just everywhere. Look at that. I'm trying to flip, and then you can't get too far. You can't get too far to the left again because, you know, they'll kill you. But I'm hoping we don't see any bad coyotes down here. And slide down and stuff, and that's fine, but... slide down and stuff, and that's fine, but... I haven't played the other ones, but man, this one is just so good. And to be honest, I really, truly want to play more of those mini games because I love those. Man, I am just... You know when you play a game for so long? I mean, I've only been playing for an hour, and, you know, I'll admit I'm not doing great. But it's one of those things where you play for so long, or you start doing the same level over and over again, and your skill level starts to dip. Oh, look at that. That's cool. I like that if you press... like basically the push button, he just kind of eats a carrot. That's kind of cute. All right, thank goodness that guy didn't get me this time. All right, let's see. And we died again. Man, this is, I'm just so surprised that at how this is going. All right. We're gonna get through this. 2 lives left. 2 lives, and then hopefully we'll get as far as we can. If not, then we'll go ahead and maybe play it next time, or something else you folks want to play. But yeah, so Tiny Toons Buster Bust Loose, great game. The other ones I wanted to play too were the ones I wanted to play the Marsupilami game. I heard I think it's the Sega Genesis one. I don't know if there was any more for it, but the Sega Genesis one is supposed to be pretty good. I know it wasn't like a platform or anything. You actually had a mystery. So the first level was you are on like a pirate ship and a ghost pirate comes. And you have to actually go around sniffing for clues and finding things, and at the end you set a trap for him. And there was this level that I loved as a kid. It was so much fun where you it was a level where you like you get in the kitchen. And I know it was points, and I think enough points you got an extra life. So Shaggy would stick his head in the fridge, and he would toss food out without looking. And you with Scooby had 2 plates in your hands, you know, 1 plate in each hand, and you would move left and right, and you would try to get the food on your plate. So what was hard about it, though, was it had some, like, these kind of like little physics where the food Scooby caught, you would have to catch it straight on, otherwise it would start to lean. And once the food started leaning, then if you moved too fast, the food would fall off the plate. So that was always one of the most fun ones, and I'd always wished... Uh-oh, here we go. Okay, come on. Come on. Oh, there we go. Thank goodness. That's been the hardest part lately. Yeah, so Scooby would he would go left to right, and if you moved too fast, the food would fall off the plates. So that was... I really liked the mini game in that one. And I think I had gotten to the point where the second level, I solved the mystery of the first level, and the second level was like a haunted circus or something. And it was just a really cool game. I didn't get too far into it because you had to really like... There's a sniff button for Scooby to sniff. It was just a really fun, solid game. So I liked it. I wanted to play that one. I don't know if anybody's played any of the Super Nintendo Mickey Mouse games. There were 2 that I absolutely loved. So I had one, and I knew somebody who had the other one. The one they had, which was, I feel like, more of the cool adult grown-up game, was Mickey's Magical Quest. Mickey's Magical Quest was really cool. So it was kind of like a Mega Man game where Mickey would... Oh, here we go. These bricks or whatever they are. So Mickey's Magical Quest was Pluto gets stolen, which seems to be a big thing in these Mickey games, and you have to get him back. Ah, there we go. All right. Like I said, you played enough times, you start to get really good at it, unfortunately. And I've played this level way too many times. And I'm going to try and go to the right so I don't get eaten on the left side again or hit by one of these guys. Okay, I got hit, but I didn't get trapped on the left side. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh, thank goodness. Um, so yeah, Mickey's Magical Quest was you had all these different outfit changes you could do. So you could change into like a firefighter and he could spray water out of a hose. That's what I remember. I think there was a Robin Hood one too where he could transform, and I think he would shoot little arrows I can't remember exactly what it was, but I think he had a Robin Hood one. That was a fun one, and that was pretty challenging. I remember the first level was a cloud level. That was pretty cool. Um, oh, okay, you can take these things down. Got it. Man, but it's just so hard to hit with everything. Look at this. This is like those death... Still trying to get this whole streaming thing figured out, if I'm being completely honest. Um, all right, so we're running. All right, see, this is way easier now. Yeah, so anyway, I don't even remember what I was talking about, but I'm just having a good time playing this game right now, and I want to know what else, because I know I had a couple, I had one person or one or two people. There was a couple one, like SpongeBob, Battle for Bikini Bottom. Like, what are your folks' favorite cartoons or favorite games based on cartoons? Like, this is definitely one of my favorite. I was past the age of buying licensed games, I think, when like SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom came out. I don't know. I think it was a little easier to get away with 2D games based on cartoons rather than 3D ones, because I know a lot of people played Nicktoons Unite or like anything Cartoon Network based, but I mean, look at the Scooby-Doo games, for instance. Like I said, I can't remember what it was called, but I played that mystery solving one, the 2D one, and that was pretty fun. Like, I had a good time. Oh, I think I can run through these guys now. There we go. Yeah, this is definitely children mode. But the Scooby-Doo one for Super Nintendo, that was super fun. And then you got to the Scooby-Doo for like 3D platforms, and those ones definitely, I'm sure they have their fans, but they look frustrating, if I'm being completely honest. Okay, look at this. This is how easy the level is. Okay, never mind. I know we don't fight any of the big bosses, but you can hit him now, I think, out of the run, which essentially makes it so there's no challenge here. But since we're going to be playing the mini games, I guess that's okay, is what I'm telling myself. Yeah, anyway, so just those, just the 3D, I always felt it was very difficult to translate a lot of these cartoon games into 3D, because some of these were like really good, really solid ones. Like, what was the other one? Oh, okay, one of the ones I played that was one of my all-time favorites. Okay, see, look at no Hampton, no Dizzy Devil. It's just literally to the minigame. So let's hope for a good one this time. Come on, if we get Plucky again, I'm gonna be actually pretty sad because we already played the Plucky one. Thank you. All right. Oh yeah. Okay. If you played this, tell me if you remember this one. The game is Mystery Weight Challenge. You have a chance to get extra lives. Man, this one was definitely weird. Man, I can't remember his name. But he was cool. Oh, Calamity. Calamity, that's it. Yeah, see, Calamity weighs more, so he wins. Yep, Max weighs more, so he wins. So Elmira's going to be, like, my big one, so she'll win at least. See, she weighs more than Beeper, but you don't want it to all, like... See, I know Sweetie's going to lose because she weighs the least. Oh, okay, you know what? She tied. There we go. And then I think whoever Plucky goes against is going to lose. Or is going to win. Oh, okay, the same. All right, so I lost one. I'll take it, though. Or I lost a couple, honestly, but we'll go one more level for this because I know the stream is kind of having some issues right now, and I apologize for that again. Still got a lot to figure out with this, but at least we got some gameplay this time. So we'll go ahead up, of course. Well, unfortunately, we won't be getting the train part again, but we will get to play one more mini game. Hopefully not the same one, and hopefully not the Plucky Duck game again. I do want to play either the racquetball one, would be fun, or Babs' game. So we're going to just breeze through this, then we'll call it a night for the stream, just to see how we can get things working. But it was really fun. I really like chatting with you folks. Dinobolt 1, you're awesome. Todd Zillar 1, you're great. It was just a night for people with 1 at the end of their username. Yeah, it was pretty cool though. So Let's take a look. All right, we're gonna get through this. Yeah, so if you folks have any games that you do want to see, go ahead and put them in the comments here, because I do check them. Like a lot of things I check are actually recommendations from you folks. So I would love to play some games that you guys grew up with, and a lot of ones that I didn't know. Like I want to do the We're Back one. I want to do the Flintstones games, the Felix the Cat game. Let me ask you folks one more thing. I'll end it on this. I think it was a built-in game for Mac. It was called Power Pete. I would always play it at somebody's house, and it was like an overhead top-down shooter, not completely like 1.5. Oh, come on. Oh, man. I was so worried about getting Plucky Duck, I never thought that we would end up getting Sweetie Bird again. What a weird thing. And yeah, the stream's getting really choppy. Sorry about that, everybody. All right, well, oops, okay. All right, let's see if this wins. We're just throwing it out there right now. Yeah, so anyway, Power Pete was a game. It was like a shooter, and that would be a great game. I've never been able to find it again. I think, like I said, I think it was built in, but that would be a really good one to play. Also, Lego Island. That one was one I spent so much time on. I don't know if you like the original Lego Island, by the way. Ooh, I think we're gonna tie on this one. But the original Lego Island was fun. I remember going on the bike, and what you would do is you would get on the bike and you would go as fast as you can. Like I think it was the motorcycle or the bike. You would get on, go as fast as you can, driving around, and if you clicked out of it, what would end up happening is you would oh, I guess we can play to the football level, maybe? If anybody's here, let me know, just so I can know if you guys want to actually see the football level. Yeah, I remember this castle level, okay. Yeah, we'll go to the football level. We'll go to the football level. We'll call it a night. Unless anybody wants to see more of this game or hang out with me more. So, I know it was short notice, but anybody who popped in, I appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun. I want to do more of these, so hopefully it'll be a lot less choppy. But man, it's tough. It's tough when you're talking by yourself and you're going in a million different directions, because if there's not somebody there to remind you what you were talking about, then you kind of forget things like I am. But oh yeah, so Lego Island. Yeah, Lego Island was you get on the motorcycle. You click out, so as you're riding as fast as you can, you hold the drive button, which I just believe was up. You hold the up button, and then what happens is it clicks you out when you click out of it. So, you know, if you're just standing normal, you click off the bike and you just stand next to it. But if you're holding the up button, the coolest thing is the bike would keep driving without you. So the bike would be going a million miles an hour, and you would just be watching it, and it would go around the island forever. Like it would never stop. So I always thought that was the most fun thing. I always thought that was the coolest thing. Ah, boy. Yeah, so Lego Island, that'd be another fun one to do. I think there was a racing level in there. Oh man, now I'm just talking about really cute. It's a cute extra life. So at some point you're a pizza delivery boy, and you have to go to the Brickster because I guess he orders a pizza, and he asks you to open the door. Oh boy, this is not going to end well. Oh boy, this is not going to end well. And yeah, so he steals it, and you have to shoot. All one. This is a good one. This is a good one. All one. This is a good one. This is a good one. I remember getting pretty good at it as I got older when I would come back and revisit these games. So let's take a look. Here we go. How many times in a row can you hit the ball? How many times in a row can you hit the ball? If you can hit it 15 times without missing, you'll get an extra life. The ball speeds up every time you hit it, so you have to be fast. I remember just loving to bounce it against all the walls. I just thought the physics were so cool. All right, here we go. Okay, well, I hope we have unlimited balls. All right, yeah. So I would like to, oh, yeah, you don't want to hit these guys because it makes the ball go faster. Man, this is pretty tough, actually. But this is really cool. Oh, timer stop. That's what it does. And, of course, it's right as we're at 14. All right, well, that was unfortunate. Here we go. All right. We're doing pretty good. Yeah, this was one of the best things. I wish that I don't know if they actually had, I can't say, I guess. But if they had more Tiny Toons games or just games in general, I wish they would have really fun mini games like this. Man, this is hard. Why would you speed it up? It's already hard enough. Okay, we got the timer stop at least, but man, this is tough. And little Hampton's over there looking at us. Oh, this is so cute. I love this. All right, this is not going to go well. I don't think we're going to get another one unless I get one every like half second. Well, what's this guy do? All right, I guess I hit that poor fella. Come on. Ah, man, we were so close. Okay, come on. Football level? Yeah, all right. Hi there, I'm reporting from the Acme University Stadium. The game between our own Acme University and our rivals is almost over. The score is 14-10 and we need a touchdown to win. This will be our last chance to score. And I remember what Bookworm says. He goes, oh, I'm just the equipment manager. I'm the water boy. I'm just a substitute player. Perfect. Oh, yeah, this is great. So they did something like this on CartoonNetwork.com from a top-down view. Oh, this is great. So it's like an endless runner kind of thing here. Ugh, of course. So yeah, it's like you basically choose run or pass, and then you have to hop over everybody. So I'm gonna run. And they either jump or you have to slide under them. But we're gonna go run. We're gonna go pass right now. And then there's gonna be a little X, which you have to get under. There we go. All right, first down. Man, you have a lot of time during this. I thought it would... well, I guess it's easy, so I'm sure it's probably like 4 minutes if you're playing it like a real winner. All right, but I think we can do this. Nope. Man. Was I really good as a kid? Or what? I mean, I don't know what happened. But I do feel good for Plucky. He's the quarterback of the team. All right, come on. There we go. All right, we got the first down at least. All right, look at us. Look at us playing games and being athletic, being sporty. We're gonna go run again. Got a good feeling. All right, not my best, but yeah, this was always one of my favorite levels. It was just such a big mix-up, and I think the last level, at least that I remember playing. Man, I cannot catch the ball. The last level that I do remember playing actively was the Star Wars level. So they have it, and you're basically in Star Wars. Like there are stormtroopers. Oh, man, am I really gonna lose? I can't even believe how bad I'm doing. All right, let's get a run. Fourth down. Oh, 4th and 7. That's a great. Wow. I don't think I've ever lost that in my entire time ever playing this game as a kid or an adult when I would go back to it. Okay, well, man, I am shameful today. My first time really playing video games on the internet, and this is not going well. I gotta admit. Like, I'm doing it like a real team, like getting 4 yards on the first down. Let's see here. All right, we're going for the pass. Anyway, so on CartoonNetwork.com, though, they had these little games. I'm sure some of you played it. If you do, one of my favorite games, one of my favorite CartoonNetwork.com games was Bugs versus Daffy, and it was a football, like, Super Bowl game. Man, I'm just not getting under that X, and you can't stop, so it's not that I'm just running and I'm just so eager to catch the ball. It's 4th down and 6. Are we really going to lose another life here? But it was the CartoonNetwork.com game. Okay, I was kind of under that. I feel like that might have not been completely my fault, but I'll take the rap for it. You know, when you're on the team, you gotta kind of say, hey, that's my bad. There we go. All right, at least we got to the 20 this time. That bodes well for us going forward. So, yeah, the Cartoon Network game there was a top-down, and it was the same thing. You either choose run or pass. There we go. All right, look at that. We just needed to lose once before we... All right, look at that. We're about to beat this thing. Perfect. So yeah, it was a top-down game, and you could choose run or pass, except it was just Bugs hiking it to himself. And you had to score like a couple touchdowns. You would get the ball back every possession after you score. But man, that was just the most fun game. You would throw it. He would throw it to himself, and it was kind of like this. Like the nightclub wasn't going to be. I think the dance floor was stolen or something. Hmm. And and you had to go around and you had to get certain things. It's like, all right, well, let's go ahead and save the nightclub. Well, how do we do it? Well, we have to get the dance floor. All right, well, let's do that. Well, what do we need? We need the key to get in. So you'd have to like go to the mayor of Townsville, and he's like, oh, I think I saw something shiny. I can't remember where it is. Maybe if I had like, a can of soda, it would help jog my memory. So you had to find a can of soda, but then to do that, you had to, see Double D from Ed, Ed, and Eddy. Dang it. Oh, that was fourth down. Oh no. All right, we're doing one more. We're gonna beat this level, and that'll be it for now. But yeah, so that was my favorite, like one of my other favorite Cartoon Network games, that RPG one. And of course, cannot forget Jetsons Golf. It was a top-down golf. It was like a kind of like a golf range, and you would want to get as close or into the hole. And I just remember the ending, like it was so funny because if you won, it would say like, wow, like, congratulations, or you win or something. But if you lost, like, and by losing, it was just you didn't come in first, like you didn't have the best score. But it would just be man. All right, let's go pass. Let's end it on a big play, big pass play. 2nd and 5 yards, plenty of time. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Like, you gotta feel pretty good once you do that. Look, they're all celebrating. I love these sprites. They're just great. Like, this is a great looking game. It's a great playing game. Even those little guys in the back are cool. The audience members, like, that's now kind of retro-y. It looks good. All right, and you know what that means? That means we get one more chance. Come on, let's get Babs Bunny to end it. Come on, 2 in 5 chance, 40%. 1 in 5, really. Come on. Oh no, not Plucky again. All right, we're gonna end it, I guess, on Plucky Duck. If you guys want to see more, I could stay a little longer. But let me know if that is something you want to see more of this game. Man, I can't believe we didn't get Babs once. We got Sweetie Bird twice, but we couldn't get Babs even one time. That's a little disappointing. All right, well, let's see how many bingos we can get. Let's see if we can get 2 or 3. Because I know that you end up leaving 2 or 3 faces off of here. Let's see here. Come on. Let's see if we can get these. All right, Elmira. Elmira's there. Now we need Sweetie Bird. Come on, we got you twice already. Don't leave us hanging. Shirley the Loon. All right. She was cool. She was a weird character. I think it'd be kind of fun to see the Tiny Toons grown up. Like, I know that the whole... There we go. All right, Sweetie Bird, finally. We've seen your face so much tonight. I think this is not a good setup, by the way. Like, I think I get one more, and that's it. Montana Max. I mean, look at this. Okay. So, I mean, can I even win with anybody? Plucky? Okay, if I get Plucky, or if I get... I mean, it's Plucky. I bet you I'm gonna get Dodo. I can't remember his name. I think it was Dodo. All right, there we go. We got Plucky. We ended on a couple bingos. That was a good ending. Oh, we got one more. All right, who's it gonna be? We need Calamity, I think. Yep, Dodo. All right, well, he ended up serving us well after all. All right. And that was it. That was Tiny Toons Buster Busts Loose. So I think we're going to go ahead and just call it a night there. I appreciate everybody who came through, everybody who checked it out. I had a really great time.